Hey, Jeremy, I have a favor to ask you. Don't you want to be a good brother for once?
What do you want? Here we go again with another one of your requests.
Don't you still have to ask? Look, it's those limited edition sneakers I told you about before. I saw online that they're finally on sale, and it's a crazy good deal. You should get in line to buy them for me.
Will it be in time? These things always sell out fast.
Absolutely yes. They open at 6 a.m. sharp. If you line up tonight, you'll be able to buy them first thing tomorrow morning. It's a sure thing.
Can't you queue to buy it on your own? I'll be swamped tomorrow with deadlines. Besides, I don't want to spend all night shivering outside a shoe store.
Don't you understand? It's not a request, it's an order. This is a golden opportunity, Jeremy. My manager's son is obsessed with these sneakers, but he's never had a chance to snag a pair. Now it's the best time for me to show off a little. Don't you want me to be successful in my career? A little brotherly support goes a long way, you know.
But it has nothing to do with me. And besides, showing off with a pair of shoes seems a little juvenile, don't you think? There are better ways to impress your manager.
Why are you always complaining about being busy? All you do is just stay at home all day. Is it too much to ask you to buy me a pair of shoes? Don't be such a couch potato. I'll pay you enough to make it worth your while. Double your usual fee.
I've told you many times that I have a decent job, not a parasite. I don't need your handouts.
If you are not a parasite, why are you staying at home all day? Don't you miss the feeling of accomplishment that comes with a real job?
I work remotely, Roland. It's called a freelance gig. I can finish my tasks anywhere I want as long as I have my computer. Believe it or not, I actually have a lot of things to do. Deadlines to meet, clients to appease.
Oh sure. I guess I'll just believe you like I always do. Seems like you're really busy with your computer. Besides playing games, what else do you do? Assuming you're working, that job probably doesn't even make you any money. It might not even be as much money as I need you to buy those shoes. In short, you must line up and buy those shoes for me. If you are free like that, do something which benefits the family.
How did you come up with those words? Benefits the family? This isn't some mafia operation, Roland.
Shut up! I'm the one who earns the most money in this family. So I have the right to speak. Do you think you're my older brother and have the right to tell me what to do? That will only happen if you make more money than me. Sooner or later, I will take back all of our Paris property in cash that I'm raking in. Just you wait.
You are already so talented. How could I keep up with you? We both know that our parents always favored you, showering you with praise and opportunities. And I've accepted that, for the most part. Even the rooms our aunt left behind were taken over by your art studio and your overflowing trophy collection. It feels like there's no space for me in this house. No space for my dreams.
I feed you and give you a place to stay. That's more than most siblings can say for themselves. You should be on your knees thanking me for my generosity. Now you don't even feel grateful for the roof over your head and the meals on the table. But giving me any objections? You should remember who is the one who signs the checks around here, who keeps this house running. If you keep pushing my buttons like this, drive me crazy with your insubordination, don't blame me for kicking you out on the streets. Don't forget who helped you live comfortably and carefree as of right now. So it's best for you to obediently listen and queue up to buy me those shoes. Consider it a small token of your immense appreciation.
Think again, if you ever truly believed you were doing me any favors. I pay the bills for groceries and utilities every month. I even slip you some extra cash here and there to help you out. And give you a place to stay. This house is in both our names, remember? I don't want to live here forever either. constantly walking on eggshells around you. The only reason I haven't moved out yet is because I've been saving for my own place. A place where I can finally feel independent and respected.
Giving money? It's just a small amount compared to what I bring every month. A pittance compared to the sacrifices I make for this family. If you think that measly contribution gives you the right to talk back to me, then you're sorely mistaken. If you don't want to stay here, then leave. Pack your bags and hit the road. There are plenty of people out there who would be grateful for a warm bed and a hot meal, unlike you, you ungrateful wretch.
You're going too far. This isn't about the shoes anymore, is it? This is about you constantly needing to feel like you're in control. Needing to belittle me to feel superior. I'm done with it, Roland. I will not be your servant, and I will not be bullied by you any longer. You may throw my stuff out, but you can't throw away my dignity. I'm living, and this time, it's for good.
Jeremy, do you have any idea what time it is? The sun has been blaring in your window for hours. Why on earth are you still sleeping like a slug? Don't you have any responsibilities? Aren't you ashamed of yourself, lazing around in bed while decent folks are out there contributing to society? Why should I have gone through the pain of childbirth for such a useless son like you?
Mom, let me explain. Last night, I did you a huge favor, remember? I lined up all night to buy those limited edition sneakers for Jeremy until morning. My feet are killing me, and I'm exhausted, so I slept a little late. I still have some deadlines to meet for work, so I really could use a little more shut-eye.
Work? What work? Don't make me laugh. What kind of work can you possibly be doing from that messy room of yours? Glued to that computer screen all day. Look at you with your bloodshot eyes and messy hair. You look more like a cave troll than a productive member of society. I have endured your computer addiction and your dependence on me for too long. I keep hoping you'll get a real job someday, contribute to this family instead of being a constant drain on our resources. Didn't I tell you yesterday how important today was? Didn't I specifically say you needed to be up bright and early? Now look at you, throwing the whole schedule off.
I've already told you many times, Mom. I'm a freelance graphic designer, working from home. It's a legitimate job, and I bring in decent money. Why doesn't anyone believe what I say? Is it because I don't wear a suit and tie and commute to an office every day?
Because all you say sounds like excuses to me. Look at your younger brother, Jeremy. He works for a top tech company, making a real name for himself. He's out there networking, building a career, instead of being a parasite like you, sucking the life out of this family.
Here we go again with the Jeremy comparisons. It's getting old, Mom. Just because my work style is different doesn't mean it's not valuable. And for the record, I pay my own bills and even contribute to the household expenses.
So what? You don't even have a girlfriend. Don't you feel embarrassed? Look at Roland, bringing home a different beautiful woman every other week. It's about time you settled down and started a family of your own. Maybe then you'd understand the pressure of providing for a wife and kids. That might be the kick in the pants you need to get a real job and stop mooching off of us.
But our family's financial situation is not suitable for living extravagantly. We can barely afford groceries and utilities as it is. I advise you to remind Roland to save a little too, with all his fancy dates and expensive dinners. Maybe then we wouldn't have to constantly tighten our belts.
Whether or not she buys luxury items is none of your concern. Jeremy works hard for his money, unlike you. And besides, his girlfriend, bless her heart, comes from a wealthy family. They can afford to spoil themselves. She is the one who always helps me with the household chores whenever she visits, unlike you who wouldn't even lift a finger to help around the house. While you are just dependent on me all the time, expecting me to wait on you hand and foot.
That's it. No matter what I say, you won't believe me. In this house, facts don't seem to matter. Only Jeremy has a voice, and it's always a chorus of praise. I do help around the house. I just do it when you're not around to criticize my every move.
If you don't like it, then leave. This is my house, and I'll make the rules. Maybe a little taste of the real world will do you some good. You can go fend for yourself and see how easy it is without my support.
I get it. Just believe what you want. You've always favored Jeremy, and nothing I do will ever change that. Fine, maybe I will leave. Maybe that's exactly what I need to do.
How dare you answer me back like that? Don't you have any respect for your own mother? You think you can just walk out that door and everything will be fine? You'll be back crawling on your hands and knees, begging for forgiveness. Just you wait.
Hey, parasite. I have an important matter to tell you.
What do you want to say?
We want you to move out of the house this month. I will give you a month to find a new place.
Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? At least give me some time to find a place.
Is a month not enough for you?
What did I do wrong? And everyone wants to kick me out like this.
My wife is pregnant and we need a room for our baby.
But there are still rooms in this house. My room isn't that big either. It won't affect anyone.
What do you mean? I don't want my children to pick up your freeloading habits. I just want my children to be successful like me, not a failure like you.
You're crossing your line.
So what? My wife has hated you for a long time. Taking this opportunity to leave when she's pregnant will make things easier for everyone. I've also told Mom and she agrees with us. She has been waiting for this day for too long.
I won't believe that.
Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. In short, find a new place by the end of the month, then fuck off.
Why are you being so harsh on me? I can overlook your usual disrespect and insults, but you're going too far now. Now you even want to kick me out of the house? And even saying that I'll have a bad influence on your children? You're being too much.
Got it? I guess you haven't understood right. We've never considered you as a member of the family.
What?
Did I say something wrong? I have talent, a spouse, children, and familial responsibilities to fulfill. What about you? You just sit at home all day on your computer being a burden to everyone. I'd rather not have a brother like you.
Have you said enough?
Of course not. No one in our family considers you a member. See if anyone else spends their days being a burden as you do. It's embarrassing to have someone like you in the family.
I'm sorry that my mediocrity makes you feel ashamed. But don't forget the reason why I couldn't go to university when our father was sick. I sacrificed my studies to work. Later on, when I had the opportunity, you tore up my university acceptance letter. You even stole my savings. If it weren't for these things, I would have gone to university.
You could have applied for a scholarship. If you want something badly enough, you'll find a way. Stop making excuses.
You said as if it was easy to apply for a scholarship. You tore my admission paper. How do I apply for a scholarship?
Fine, I'm not interested in listening to you cry and complain. In short, at the end of the month, you will no longer be in my house.
Okay, I'll move out.
Why didn't you agree to leave immediately? Don't you see that you're wasting my time?
No need to worry. From now on, we're no longer involved with each other. Thank you for taking care of me all these years.
Hey, when did you start your own company? That's crazy. I didn't know about it until I saw the news about your company on my phone this morning. It's all over the financial news channels. They're calling you a tech prodigy, a maverick. How can you start a business this successful without going to college? Explain this to me quickly. Is this some kind of elaborate joke?
Roland? Is that really you? Wow, it's been a while, right? How did you even get this number?
Are you pretending not to know what I'm talking about? We're brothers, remember? Blood runs thicker than water, right? Don't tell me you've forgotten all about me already.
Sorry, but I'm swamped right now. Big meeting in 10 minutes, finalizing a multi-million-dollar deal. Maybe we can catch up another time?
I don't have any time to play with you. This is serious. Are you still pretending that you don't have a younger brother? The one you used to sneak out with to play video games all night? The one you swore you'd protect from bullies?
Look, Roland, things are different now. A lot has happened under the bridge since then.
What? Like what? Did you win the lottery or something? There's no way you could have built a successful company from scratch without some kind of financial backing. Or maybe you finally decided to listen to Mom and actually applied yourself for once.
My family and I cut ties a long time ago. There's a lot of water under the bridge, things that are better left unsaid. If there's nothing else, I'll hang up.
What the hell are you doing, Jeremy? I saw that you started your own business and even got an interview on TV. That's crazy. Please explain everything.
Sorry? Who is it?
How dare you ask me that question? Don't you recognize your mother? Even if we cut ties, you still won't change the fact that you're my son. Don't waste my time anymore. Explain to me now what's going on.
After 2 years, you haven't changed a little bit. You're still so selfish like that. I thought that I left you would change, but the result was the same.
And you are still the same, aren't you? Okay, let's make it clear. Why do you have your own company? When I heard your brother say it, I couldn't believe it. At first, I thought it was someone with the same name as you. Until I watched the interview on TV.
Whether or not I start my own company has nothing to do with you. Therefore, I don't need to explain it to you in detail.
But you didn't even go to college. How could you start your own company?
It's all about hard work and perseverance, not just a college education. I pursued what I wanted to do and my efforts paid off.
All you do is just leech off others. I don't understand how you could start your own company.
The level of education doesn't determine everything.
Even though you have a company, I'm sure that it's worthless and can't make as much money as your little brother's.
My company may be smaller than others, but my income is definitely more significant than him.
Much larger?
It's not too much. Just millions of dollars, Mom.
What? You're lying! You didn't even go to college. You're just a parasite.
Why do you keep bringing that up? You always thought that I was incompetent and useless just holding a computer. But at that time, I was building my own business. I've explained it to you so many times, but no one believes me. All I received are just insults and criticism.
Nonsense. How could you make millions of dollars each year? Are you doing something illegal?
If I were doing something illegal, would I be interviewed on TV? Sorry, I'm busy now. Please, find out what you want to know on your own, Mom.
Do you have any staffing needs? Can you hire me? This whole tech entrepreneur thing you've got going on. It's incredible. I always knew you had a brilliance about you, even when Mom and Dad were... Well, never mind about that. Anyway, with my skills and experience, I know I could be a real asset to your team. Think about it. We could be an unstoppable brother duo, taking the tech world by storm. I wouldn't even mind taking a slight pay cut to work alongside you, my big bro. We could even negotiate some killer benefits. Maybe a ping pong table in the office, or a company car that dispenses free snacks. It would be like old times, you know? Remember all those nights we snuck out to play video games?
Why are you suddenly asking this, Roland? This whole act you're putting on. It feels a little disingenuous, doesn't it? We haven't spoken in years. Not since the whole family blow up. And let's be honest, your skills and experience wouldn't exactly qualify you for a position at my company. The people I hire need to be at the top of their game, the best and brightest. They need to be able to think on their feet, solve complex problems, and keep up with the ever-changing tech landscape. Are you sure you're cut out for that kind of pressure?
What's with your attitude? Just because you've struck gold with this company doesn't mean you have to forget about your own flesh and blood. Look, I may not have gone to the Silicon Valley route like you, but I've been putting in the work. Remember that marketing internship I had in college? That practically launched a brand new shoe company single-handedly. And besides, isn't there some kind of family loyalty discount? We may not have always seen the eye to eye, but blood is thicker than water, right?
Are you dreaming? I'm running a serious business here, not some kind of family charity. Hiring is based on merit and qualifications, not blood ties. You wouldn't last a week in my company's fast-paced environment. It takes more than a glorified summer job to keep up with the demands here. These are industry leaders we're talking about. People who are constantly pushing the boundaries.
Hold on a second. So you're basically saying that my prestigious university degree and all those years of experience mean nothing to you? Is that it? Just because I didn't follow your exact path doesn't mean I have nothing to offer. Several reputable companies have reached out to me with job offers, but working with you, building something together as brothers, that held a special kind of appeal. Maybe we could rekindle that old bond, you know?
Look, Roland, I appreciate the sentiment, but this isn't some sentimental Hallmark movie. I need people on my team who are sharp, innovative, and can handle the pressure. You, well, let's just say you don't exactly project that kind of image. Besides, wouldn't you rather be at one of those other companies that are chasing after you? Who knows, maybe you'll even get your own ping pong table and free snack dispenser.
What do you mean, image? Don't you understand what I'm saying? I may not be your cookie-cutter tech whiz, but I'm a quick learner and a team player. I wouldn't let you down. Refusing me like this? It feels like a giant betrayal. We're brothers, Jeremy. Remember all those times we had each other's backs?
There's no betrayal here, Roland. This is just business. And in business, sometimes you have to make tough decisions. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a very important meeting to attend. There's a potential investor on the line, and I wouldn't want to keep them waiting.
Don't be so rude. How dare you speak to me like that? Don't forget your education is so low. What gives you the right to talk to me like this before you were even out of high school, mooching off of mom and dad? No one has ever dared to respond to me like this before. You haven't changed in years. Still the same arrogant, self-righteous jerk.
You still talk to me the same way. I'm just giving back what you've given to me before. By the way, you should know the recruitment criteria of my company. Employees of my company don't need a high level of education, just competence and ethics.
How can that be? Don't other companies require a degree?
In my company, I want things to be this way.
How can you be hired without a university degree?
Of course. 80% of my employees don't have a university degree. Despite that, they still have the capacity to work and a good personality. Many of them are even more outstanding than university-educated people.
How is that possible?
Why not? My company will not hire highly educated people, but look down on others. In general, the pain of being looked down upon for having a low degree is something I understand very well.
It shows that your company only hires a scumbag, doesn't it?
Shut up. You have no right to say that. I know how good my employees are. What's the point of having a university degree? Proving competence is the most important thing in the workplace. Aren't you a good example?
What do you mean?
Do I need to explain it to you? You used to mock me as a leech. But now look at me. I own $1 million company. What about you? Graduated from a prestigious university and worked at a reputable company, but still got fired. Staying at home all day and can't even find a job. If having a university degree is such an important aspect to be hired, then why are you still unemployed?
I have never told you this before. How could you know?
Yes, you haven't told me. But I know that you can't even find a job. You also said you resigned voluntarily. What a joke! I've investigated the reason for your termination. Did you plan to embezzle company funds? You too should be glad that they didn't put you in prison.
That's ridiculous. How could you know this?
It doesn't matter. Why you did want to embezzle company funds? Let me guess. Is it because your wife insists on buying luxury brand bags every month, wasting the family's money? To satisfy her, you came up with such a despicable idea. It seems like you love her so much, don't you?
If you already know, then I won't hide anymore. Our house has been sold.
What? Did you sell the whole house?
What can I do? We don't even have enough money to eat because we are a family. You won't turn a blind eye to us, right? Don't worry. As long as you pay me as much as you do, I will dedicate myself to the company.
I already rejected you. Even if you cry and beg, I won't hire you.
What? I didn't expect you to be so indifferent.
I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable letting someone with a personality like you work for me. Not only me, but I'm sure other companies wouldn't want someone like you either. No matter how high your education level is, they will never hire someone like you. One day, suddenly my mother, younger brother, and sister-in-law came to my company to find me. They made a fuss in the lobby on the first floor, claiming to be in the family of the company's chairman. But everyone in the company knew about my family's situation, so they ignored them. A few minutes later, security appeared and kicked them out. After a while, I heard that my brother still can't find a job. Later on, I heard that my younger brother still couldn't find a job, and our family home had been sold to pay off debts. Initially, a relative wanted to introduce a good job for him, but he rejected it, claiming that it wasn't suitable for someone as outstanding as him. With his foolishness, he ruined his chances of finding a job. Currently, they all cram into small apartments and rely on unemployment benefits. I don't know what they will do in the future, but these things no longer concern me.